this is my outlook on gold for this week. So overall on gold, we are bullish. But right now price is around this 4,600 cycle level. And around that 4,600 cycle level, we are making consolidation. Right. So last week we made this high. So we pushed up to make this high on gold, right? And around this high here, we've been consolidating. Now, there are different scenarios I would like to play for you that could happen. Okay. Now, one thing I would like to say before I play those different scenarios is that I wouldn't be trading this consolidation. I wait for a break above or a break below this consolidation before I'll place any position. You get? Or I will also might wait for that. That's iffy though. I don't think I will do it, but I might trade if price gives me some type of price action inside the consolidation, right? That indicates that price is ready to break either above or below. What I mean is inside this consolidation, right? If I get some type of maybe like now I get some type of clear bullish structure forming inside this consolidation zone, right? Now, if I get clear and clean bullish structure forming inside this consolidation zone, then I might enter longs or potentially look for longs because that might be indicating that price is ready to break the consolidation. Or if I get clear bearish structure inside the consolidation, right? Clear bearish structure indicating that okay, price might be ready to break below, then I might enter. But those I'm not sure yet if I'm going to do that because I will prefer if price breaks above or below before I trade, before I look for any type of position to enter on gold. Either a break above or a break below. Now, but let me play those scenarios for you. Like I said, there are different things I think price could do on gold right now, right? If you go to the daily time frame, you could see that price just made this high, right? Now on this high, after price made this high, which is this high here, so we break above this last high, broke above it, then we came back now to retest this last high that price made. So came back. So this could potentially be a break and retest. So a break and retest. This could potentially be a higher low. Who knows? But I don't know because the price action around here is just consolidation. So I can't tell you that this is a higher low. So what this could be, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm just playing scenarios for you. So this could be a break and retest for price to continue to go bullish or make new highs. You get? Now, still on that, if you go to the 4 hour or the 2 hour time frame, you can also see that on this break, on that break and retest, we also have this trend line which has 3 touches. So it's also is rejecting this resistance which is acting as a support, right? So this first touch, second touch, and we came back to third touch and reject of this zone, right? Now potentially what we might see is we might see price break above on the 2 hour time frame or the 4 hour time frame, right? We might see price break above this last structure point here because this what structure price was making here was a counter trend because we had this high, then this lower low, then this lower high, and we made this lower low and price push up, right? This bearish structure counter trend. So potentially we could see price break above this last lower high that price made, break above, come down to retest, right, and reject of this zone, making a low, a higher low, and from that higher low we push up to make new highs, right? That was one thing that could play out next week potentially. That's one thing that could play out, right? Now another scenario we could potentially see is now if you look at this price action here, while we were going up here, we're pushing up. This was the last low, higher low that price made. So we made this higher low, then we made this higher high, then this higher low, then we made this higher high. Like is you might not see, but it's that this high that was made here, this high here is higher than this high that was made here. You get? So this is the last higher low, and now we broke below this last higher low. right? So we broke below this last higher low. So this could be indicating change of structure, right? We broke below this higher low, this last higher low. All we could potentially see is we could potentially see price push up to this zone here, up here, this zone here, then a break, then drop down below. Now, sorry, I think I need to use this tool, this polyline tool, so that I can explain what I'm saying, right? We could potentially see price push up to here. This is another scenario, right? We see price push up to this zone, around this zone, then break down below, right? Once we break down below, we'll come back to retest this structure point, which is this last higher low zone, right? Come back to retest this zone. Then at this zone, then we could potentially short from here and target the last low down here. You get? This is another scenario that could potentially play out on gold. So if you are going to enter short, right? If you are going to enter short, you should wait for price to do all these things. So we should, let me repeat myself, we should potentially push up here, maybe, you get, push up here, maybe, come down, still break below this zone, come back to retest this zone. Then a rejection of this zone, once we get a rejection of this zone, we enter short, targeting the last low. That's one thing, and one scenario that price could make potentially next week. Now let me go back to the bullish one. I think I need to on the bullish scenario, right? I think I need to draw it so that we could see. Now on the bullish scenario, we could have something like this. Could break above here, right? Then come back down to maybe here or here around this zone, or even here potentially, right? Then sorry, let me do that again. So I mean, we get potentially something like this. Break above here, right? Then we could come back down to retest here, or potentially even down here. I would love you to come down here. Then we push up again above this zone. Then once you come back to retest the structure point, which is this last lower higher price made, and we get a rejection of this zone, boom, then we enter longs, targeting new highs, right? Targeting new highs. You get? So it should be this. So on the bullish side, this should be the key area on the bullish side. Boom. On the bullish side, this should be the key area on the bullish side. So you get? So this is one or two things that could play out potentially. Now I'm just saying this, but you know, market is could do whatever it wants to do. We could also see price potentially just pushing up to another scenario again. Sorry, another scenario. I have to delete this. Delete this. Another scenario we could also see is potentially, which I don't think is likely. Price might do that. I don't think price might do that. Like this has like, maybe to me this has like maybe like a 40% chance of happening. Now potentially 40% chance, yeah, maybe. I'm not saying, but it could happen. You know what I'm saying? Anything can happen. Just have to be in mind. Anything can happen in this market. Price will potentially break above this. Now, price could come to this last high that price made here and reject all this last high and start making bearish structure. Right? Bearish structure, bearish structure, bearish structure for price to drop lower. That's another thing that could happen. You get me? Another scenario too, you could also see price from as soon as you open from here, we start making some type of maybe bearish structure, maybe go down, go up, reject like that, and we start dropping down. You get? This and that scenario. Now there's a lot of scenario that could play out on this zone. So me personally, like I said, I will be waiting for price to break below or above for me to either see gold as a peer that wants to trade or trade gold. You get me? I don't think as a long time trader you should trade when price is consolidating or price is not having any clear direction. Just price consolidating at the zone. I don't think you should trade. If you, except you're a scalper, You get? But as a long time trader, we've been there, done that. I've been there and I've done that. As a long time trader, even a day trader too, you should not trade consolidation because that's where you burn your money the most. Like you, because you, consider it like think of it. You, at the same time you are seeing bearish, you are seeing bullish structure. You're also seeing bearish structure at the same time. You get? So why would you put yourself in that type of situation? Why not wait for price to give you a clear direction and take the best trade? You know what I'm saying? You take the best of trades. You get me? So just me personally, I'll just be patient and wait. Okay. I'll just personally I will wait and see what price wants to do. I'm not trading in this consolidation. I'll wait for either a break above, a break below. Now another scenario also that we could also play in our head could be okay. Now, now why I'm trading, playing all these scenarios is because I don't have a clear direction right now. To me, price does not have a clear direction. That to another trader, price could have a clear direction, right? But overall, we are bullish. We know that, right? Yeah, we are bullish. But right now, we don't know if we are going to continue bullish or we are going to retrace. To me, that's just to me. I'm not saying to any other. Somebody else might be seeing a clear direction. You get me? But to me, I'm not seeing any clear direction. Now, if you want to play another scenario, like I was saying, if we are going to just follow based off of structure, bullish structure, price makes low, will make a low, a higher high, a higher low, a higher high, a higher low, a higher high. Just like price has been making now. Now, after a higher high, we know that after price makes a higher high, what comes next after a higher high? After a higher high, you get a higher low, right? Boom. If you come down to this structure now on the bullish on the daily time frame, you can see that this is what we have been making. So higher highs, higher lows. So this was the last higher high. So this was a higher high, not the last, but this was the higher high, higher low. We push now to make a higher high, right? We are up here now. This is a higher high. So potentially price could want to drop to make a higher low. You get me? So this is another scenario. You get so since I'm having all these scenarios, I don't think I'm not trading. Yeah, again, I have to get a clear scenario of what price is going to do or clear price action on gold for me to trade. You get me? Like I said, as traders, we shouldn't put ourselves in that position of trading consolidation. You get me? That's where you burn out. You will burn yourself out because I've been there and I've done that. Like I said, just wait for the best and best of trade, like the best price action that price could make. You get me? And you trade. If price is not giving you a clear direction, if you are not having a clear direction, leave. You know what I'm saying? Sit on your hands. You get me? Fold your hands and wait for price to give you a clear direction before you make any trades or before you place any trades. You get me? But yeah, overall, like I said, we are bullish. So either way, we are bullish. We are going to see some type of higher high make, and price will make some who's going to make a higher high at some point in time. You get me? At some point in time. But is he going to make a higher high now? Who knows? You get me? So we just have to wait and see the price action price makes this week before we trade. Another scenario also I could play that I'm also playing on my head potentially because we've been saying this in a lot of Mondays that price will just open at this zone here. You get me? We will have a gap here and price will just fly. We can just continue bullish, you get me, to make a higher high. You get me? So that could also be another scenario. Like we could just open and price will just start flying, just start going bullish to make a new higher high. Because we've seen that scenario a couple times in the past week where on Mondays, because of the whole fundamentals on the weekends, that price was not able to print on the weekends because gold is closed. You can't trade gold or trading of gold is closed on the weekends, right? So all those fundamentals that play out in the on the weekend, which at and this time and this in this time this Trump market, there's a lot of fundamentals. Is doing a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? So those fundamentals that plays out the weekend could just make price just pump as soon as price open, pump straight, and we get a new higher high. You get me? So yeah, that's just outlook on gold. Like I said, I wouldn't be trading. I wait for a break above this consolidation, a break above or a break below this consolidation for me to make a decision, or for me to have some type of trades, you know what I'm saying, or some type of position on gold. So yeah, that's it. Please like and subscribe. Thank you.